the past few months, we've done extensive research on the behavioural traits of an entrepreneur. There have been other studies put out there about how entrepreneurs behave and whether an entrepreneur is born or whether they're made. We believe that people are born with a set of genetics that will drive them towards being an entrepreneur. But of course, it's not just genetics that's going to make you successful as an entrepreneur. There's a lot of hard work that's involved. There's a lot of self-management. There's a lot of learning to manage other people and building systems and processes, of course, along with having the idea. But if you've got the genetic raw material, that is going to be the platform, at least to start. And what we have identified is that there are several key factors that need to be strong in how you are wired behaviourally for you to succeed as an entrepreneur. And believe it or not, the strongest one is resilience. And this is measured by our fast-paced factor. You need to be resilient to be an entrepreneur. You've got to handle rejection. You've got to be strong out there. Others are not always going to follow you immediately. You've got to be able to pick yourself up, deal with the losses and move forward as your idea germinates and gets marketed. The next one is you must be a risk taker. You might have that idea, but you've got to be able to back that risk and be able to handle the consequences of risk taking. The third one that's very important is innovation. Now, a lot of people put that one on top, but it's actually down a rung or two. It's still very important. You've got to be an innovator. You've got to be able to think creatively. You've got to be able to be resourceful and enterprising. Because the true entrepreneur is going to have that idea and then want to back it. So you've got to have the idea. You've got to be able to make changes creatively along the way. You've got to be able to change your business model. So innovation is very important. Then the next one is that you need to be pioneering. You need to be very competitive to go out there and sell your product and to drive it hard in the market once that opportunity comes up for you. And you've got to be very, very determined. And finally, what we find is that many entrepreneurs, believe it or not, are not your extreme extroverts. Entrepreneurs will be charismatic, but that doesn't mean that they have to be the outgoing party person. Many very successful entrepreneurs are actually very reserved and very considered. They're thinking about what's going on, but people follow them because they can see the rationality of what they're doing and the sensibility of it. And so don't be fooled by reserved people not being entrepreneurs. Many of them are. So I encourage you to understand how you are wired and build that level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence before you start your entrepreneurial journey.